stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷன் கொடுத்தாரு, அதோட யூசஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு என்ஜாயபுளாக கேட்குற அளவுக்கு வந்துட்டு எங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஃபுல்லாக ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணார். சூப்பராக இருந்துச்சு.
Okay. So first of all, about the plantation, this is a private property. The owner's name is Mr. Sahakari, and the total area of the plantation is around 130 acres. Okay, but no need to worry. We will only covering 1 or 2 acres because we have planted some spices. And then I will give you some information how we use the spice as a medicine. And since the establishment of the farm, we have been using only the organic manure, like the cow dung, dead leaf and shit. And the use of urea and fertilizer is totally prohibited. So whatever yield we are getting is totally organic. Okay, so from this tree we will be starting with the tree. So on the tree there are some green color berries. Can you see them?
Yes.
Okay. Now I have to identify what kind of tree it is.
Coffee.
Apple right now. Alright, so because coffee is a hand-picked production. But over here we have grown the tree naturally. So once the berries are ripened up, they turn red in color like a cherry. Garam masala is the combination of many spices. So like 7-8 spices are blended together and we get the garam masala. But have you all heard about the tree of garam masala? What about it? Alright, so over there you can see a tree which is in between the 2 palm trees. That one with lots of leaves. Okay, so that's an allspice. Okay, you can say it as a garam masala tree. But in English it is known as the allspice. In Hindi it is known as the sarva sugandhi. So that's the kind of a tree from which you get the flavor of allspice. That's why the name, the allspice. But the origin of the tree is Jamaica. We imported it from them. So we also call it as Jamaican pepper. But in different parts of the world, it is also known as the Chinese spice or the five spice. So in your buffet, we have prepared 2 dishes out of it. The green pepper, you can say the aloo matar or the chicken. So here's the pure cinnamon. Okay, so we get the cinnamon from the bark. And for the bark to get ready, it really takes around 7 to 8 years. Then we cut down the tree from the bark to the height of the ground and the bark is trimmed off. That's how we get the cinnamon starch. It will give you relief from any kind of pain in your body. But if you apply the cinnamon oil directly, there will be a burning sensation because the cinnamon oil is a little bit concentrated. Okay, and at the top here you can see the leaves. The leaves. Those are your cinnamon leaves. But in India we use them as a substitute of a bay leaf. Okay, the bay leaf tree and the cinnamon tree are totally different. That's how the vendors fool the people by selling the cinnamon leaf as a bay leaf. Okay. Try for you. The process thing. It comes black in color, not dark brown in color, and it's very sweet.
Cocoa.
Yeah, right. Not dates. Okay. So this is your chocolate tree, or you can say the cacao or the cocoa. Alright, so on the tree, you'll be able to see some green color fruits. Those are your cocoa pods, from which we get the chocolate. So when the fruit get mature, it will look just like a papaya, yellow in color. That time we harvest them, break them from here. Inside we'll get 2 things, cocoa butter and cocoa beans. The beans are used for making the powder, and later on they are turned into the chocolate. But the white color butter, the cocoa butter, is mostly used for making moisturizer, lotions and the face cream. Okay, but it tastes very sweet, just like a custard apple. That's why the birds comes over here, make a hole and eat the cocoa butter. That's why you'll be able to see some black color cocoa pods with a hole into it. Those are all rotten cocoa pods, from which we don't get any chocolates. Okay, this one. Alright, so from those fruits we are getting 2 kinds of spices. And those spices are used for the preparation of biryani. All of you eat the biryani, no? Okay. When also you are making anything sweet, that time you use them by grating and then making a powder. Oh, there you can see the food. There are lots of food. Green color.
Which one, sorry? This one, top.
Oh yeah, that's on the tree. On that tree.
On this tree,
On
right?
that tree.
Oh,
At the extreme end, on the branch.
oh yeah.
Alright, so that's a nutmeg tree. Okay? So when the fruit get mature, it will open up itself. Okay, it will split from the middle. And from inside we'll get a nut. That is known as the nutmeg. Alright, but on the nut, there will like a covering, flower attached on top of it. So that will be your mace. Okay? This is Javitri. Okay, so the nutmeg and the mace is from the same tree. So most of the time we use the nutmeg powder in our food for good digestion. But we use it in very less quantity. But in case if you add too much of a nutmeg powder in our food, it will cause a diarrhea or loose motion in the person. Okay? But if you want to teach anybody a lesson, then you can use this method secretly in your food. Okay? Alright. So over here this is a plant of turmeric. Alright, so I won't be discussing much about the turmeric because you have already done the PhD into it. Okay? So but I will give you some little bit information on that regarding the turmeric. Okay, so the turmeric is the rhizome or the root which is found under the ground. So when the upper part, the plant completely dries off, we come to know that the turmeric is ready. Then we harvest it, boil it, and then we make a powder of it. And that's your normal turmeric powder. Okay, but if you want extra antibiotic properties in a turmeric, then what you have to do, just take a raw root, cut it into smaller pieces as fine as possible, dry it, and then make a powder of it. And that turmeric powder will be containing extra antibiotic properties. Because what happens when you boil the turmeric, it gets extracted, the curcumin gets extracted out of it, which they later on use it to make the tablets for the diabetic patient to consume it. So after consuming the curcumin tablets, their body is diabetic. So their diabetic level and all is controlled. Okay, so for that reason they sell it over there. So whatever powder you are getting in the name of turmeric in the market is just the yellow powder. Okay? Yeah, but you shouldn't consume too much of turmeric in your food or in your drinks and all. Otherwise it could lead to the kidney damage. Then the God is there to see your kidneys. Okay? This way. Alright, so over there you can see that bush. That's the bush of the third most expensive spice in the world. Okay, while preparing tea and all, you crush it and add it in a tea for aroma. It comes green in color. What it is? Lemon. Not lemon. Absolutely right. The cardamom. Alright, so that's a bush of a cardamom. And cardamom is considered as the third most expensive spice in the world. See, the cardamom doesn't grow on the top of the plant. It will grow on the roots just above the surface of the ground. And that bush alone gives 20 or 30 grams per season. That's why the green color cardamoms are very expensive. Alright? But if you are suffering from depression and all, just take 2 pots of green cardamom, crush it, add it in a warm milk and take a sip. It will give you relief from the depression. Okay? But don't consume it too much. Otherwise that could lead to migraine and all. Okay? Excess of anything can be harmful for your body. This way. Alright, so over here, you can see this creeper. Okay, now you'll have to guess it. What kind of creeper is that? This is a pepper creeper.
Pepper.
Yeah, he was about to say it. Okay, so over here you can see the pepper flowers.
Pepper.
Okay, this thing are pepper flowers. Okay? Okay, over here you can see them. Okay, so when you get the peppercorns, they are green in color. But after ripening, they turn red. So when they turn red, that time we harvest them, dry them, and that's how we get the black pepper. But before drying, if we take the red ones, put them in a boiling water, then they automatically peeled off. From inside, we'll get a seed. That is known as the white pepper. So the white pepper and black pepper are from the same creeper. Only the processing method is a little bit different. If you want more spicy, go for the black pepper. If you want less spicy, go for the white ones. Alright? But if you want to improve your eyesight, just take 2 pots of white pepper, crush it, add it in your warm milk and take a sip twice a day. It will improve your eyesight. Okay? And if you are suffering from constipation and all, just take 2 pots of black pepper, crush it, make a black tea out of it, and have a sip early in the morning on your empty stomach without any sugar and all. It will give you relief from the constipation. Okay? And after that, you will be coming out your bathroom with flying colors. Okay? This way. Absolutely right, sir. The lemongrass. The tea which was served for you all as a welcome drink. Your tea contains lemongrass, cardamom and ginger, which is very good for your health. So if you're like having travel sickness problem, migraine, cough or cold, during this time you can have the tea, the lemongrass tea. But we are also getting the oil, lemongrass oil. So if you're having dark circles, pimple, acne problem, just take a little bit of lemongrass oil, almond oil. Mix it together and apply it on your face before going to bed. But don't apply the lemongrass oil directly, otherwise there will be a burning sensation. Because the lemongrass oil is a little bit concentrated. Alright? But that's another property of a lemongrass tea. See, most of the time after the drinking of alcohol and all, we get the hangover or the intoxication. For those things, you can try the lemongrass tea. It will take down your hangover, even also your intoxication. But you can try that after going home. But for that, you have to drink the alcohol first. Okay? This way. Okay, take one piece. Okay, there are two leaves attached to it. Okay, take one piece of it, crush it and pass the leaf to the. Okay, after taking the piece, crush it and smell it. You get the fragrance of a clove. Crush it. Sir. Okay, so now one question is for you all. What are cloves? From which part of the tree we get them?
No.
Close.
Which one is that?
That's one. This one.
This one.
Where it will
That's my question for you all.
How do you crush it?
Where it will grow?
Which tree? Close.
This one.
Just wait.
Is that the flower? Flower or fruit? Whatever. I think flower.
What do you all guess? What it is? Flowers. Are you sure?
Yes.
Sure. Shall we lock it? What about you all?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. So let me tell you. See, the cloves are nothing but a bud, flower bud. So before they bloom into flower, we have to harvest them. If you harvest them after the blooming, it's of no use. So when they're in a bud form, that time they're harvested. But if you all go to see in the market, they are selling two types of cloves, black and brown. So from those, which cloves do you all purchase? The black one or the brown one?
Black one.
Black one. What about you? Okay, so when the cloves are brown in color, they contain the oil. So whenever the oil is extracted from them, they turn black in color, which they later on sell in the market and all to make a profit. So if anybody suggests you that the black cloves are good, don't buy them. Always go for the brown ones. Okay, and most of the time when we are having a toothache problem, we put the clove bud for the relief. Okay, but don't keep it more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Otherwise, they will decay your nerves and the ulcer will be formed on your gums. In 2 or 3 weeks, your tooth will start to come out. Okay, and during the time of acidity, you may consume the clove. But on the crown, there's a ball. Just remove the ball and chew the clove. It will take down your acidity. But if you'll do the opposite, that is consume the whole clove with the ball, it could increase your acidity. So, you all have also seen, all of you have seen the cashew fruit. Yes?
Yes.
So, the upper part of the cashew is known as the cashew apple. And the bottom part, the grey color thing, is known as the cashew nut. One apple gives only one nut. That's why the cashew nuts are expensive. But you shouldn't consume the cashew nut as raw, because it contains the anacaric acid, which can be harmful for your mouth and your throat. For that reason, we roast the nut, break it off. Inside the piece is there, which you can eat later on. But now we'll be discussing about the upper part, the apple. We collect the apple, put it in a crusher. After crushing, we get the juice. The juice is fermented for 5 to 6 days. But in olden times, they used to crush it with their feet. But that was taking too much of time. For faster production, they brought the crusher. Okay, the crushed fruits, we get the juice. That juice is fermented. The fermentation takes 5 to 6 days. Okay, and we don't add any sugar or jaggery, because the cashew apple by itself is very sweet. So after the fermentation, over there in the copper vessel, we do the distillation. Okay, and after the distillation, in the next chamber it is condensed and we get the first distilled liquid known as the urrak. Okay, you may say it as a jungle juice. Alright, and the urrak alcohol content is around 10 to 12%. Not very much high in alcohol, but gets spoiled within 3 or 4 months. Okay, for that thing to not happen, what we do, we take 50% urrak, 50% fermented juice, mix it together and distill it again. The liquid we are getting the second time is known as the feni. And the feni's alcohol content is more than 45 to 50%. Very much high in alcohol. Alright, but if you are suffering from cough, cold, or tiredness after coming from work and all, just take 10 ml or 15 ml of feni directly. Whatever problem is there inside your body will go down, because it works just like an Ayurvedic medicine. But in case, if you make a 30 ml of pack of feni with limca, and if you consume that, you will make yourself high. And everybody knows that after getting high, you'll start dancing without any music and all. Okay, you will become a dancing expert. So after this tour, those who want to try the Feni, please tell me. I will give you small shots of a Feni like a medicine. So whatever problems you face while coming to Goa, like cough, cold and all of the problem will be resolved with a shot of a Feni. Okay? But sorry to say, none of you will start dancing. Okay? This way.
Chili.
Piri chili.
Piri piri.
Very spicy chicken and all chili. Just prepare from that chili. Okay? They are very spicy, like 2,800 times hotter than a normal chili. Over there you can see a red color thing which is pointing out over there.
Oh, yes, that
Yeah, that's a peri peri chili. Very spicy. So if you're having any kind of enemies and all, you can feed it to them. You get revenge. Okay? So it was introduced in Goa by the Portuguese. That's why we also call it as Portuguese chili. But the origin is Mozambique. African countries. When they're in Africa and all, they are known as the African bird side chili. Alright, close relative of the Tabasco pepper. Okay, so if you're having any kind of indigestion, fungus, bacteria growing in your body, so that chili will fight against it. But you have to consume it in very less quantity, not too much. Otherwise, you're always shooting fire from different part of your body early in the morning. Okay, so if you really want to try the chili, in your buffet, there's a papad or the papadam made from those chilies. Okay, so please try, but in smaller quantity. Don't try the papad at once, otherwise you will be shooting fire from your mouth over there. This way. Over there you can see an orchid climbing up on a palm tree beach. This is zigzag one.
Yeah.
That's an orchid of the second most expensive spice in the world. You already consume the flavor of it. It comes white in color, the ice cream.
Vanilla.
Absolutely right.
Acha.
Alright, so that's an orchid of vanilla. And vanilla is considered as the second most expensive spice in the world after the saffron. Okay, let me tell you why it is expensive. Alright, for its flowers to bloom, it nearly takes around 3 or 4 years. After that, we do the hand pollination. And after hand pollination, it takes more 9 months for the fruit or the pod to get ready. So whenever they are ready, that time we harvest them and do the further processing for 50 days. Okay, so like after collecting like 30,000 to 40,000 vanilla beans, we are getting a 1 liter of vanilla. Okay, and a liter of vanilla oil will be costing around 10 lakhs of rupees in India. Okay, but we are not using that oil in a day-to-day life because 50% of the vanilla oil goes to the pharmaceutical, 20% in the perfume industry, and the remaining 30% in the Pepsi and the Coke industry. So whatever we are consuming in the name of vanilla, the ice cream, the essence and the cake, all artificially prepared. We are using a synthetic compound known as vanilla. So if you eat too much and all, your health will be in bad condition. But if you want a natural extract of vanilla at home, there's one method. See the black color beans, the vanilla beans which are available in your supermarket. Just take them, put a slit in the middle. After putting the slit, insert the pod in your sugar container of 1 kg. Alright? Sugar container of 1 kg. Tighten the lid, keep the container aside for 7 to 8 days or 10 days. So what will happen? The slitted pod will secrete oil. That oil will be mixed in your sugar. And later on you can use that vanilla flavored sugar to make any of your sweet desserts at home. So with that you'll be able to consume natural vanilla. Your health will be in good condition. And by the God's grace and all, you'll be able to save 10 lakhs rupees at home. Okay, so we have taken an earthen pot. In that we added a cool water and 2 types of oil. Citronella and lavender, which I'll be pouring on a spinal cord. See, first of all, the citronella will work as a mosquito repellent. And the second thing, it will relax your body muscle. Because the citronella contains some soothing properties. And the lavender oil is good for relaxation of your mind. But those things are only external medicine. But if you all want to try the internal medicine, good for cough, cold and all, they'll have to be present over there. Otherwise, you won't be getting the second medicine. That is the Feni of our local. Okay, so my group.
ஓகே வியூவர்ஸ், ஸோ நம்ம இதோட நம்மளோட ஸ்பைஸ் பிளான்டேஷன் டூர் வந்து நம்ம ஃபினிஷ் பண்ணுறோம். ஸோ ரொம்ப சூப்பரான ஒரு பஃபே சர்வ் பண்ணாங்க. ரொம்ப எக்ஸலண்ட்டாக இருந்துச்சு. இந்த டூர் வந்து கண்டிப்பாக மிஸ் பண்ணாமல் போங்க நீங்கள் கோவா போனீங்கன்னா. ஓகே, பாய்.